Welcome back to Stitch with Rick. Today we are going to make these great little coasters. They're easy to make, there's no binding, and I've made these in a Christmas pattern, but you can use any material that you want to use. You can use your scraps, you can use just leftovers from whatever you're working on, mix it all up. I'm going to use the Christmas pattern because it's Christmas time. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, so you can see you can place your coffee mugs on it, your wine glasses, and then the good thing about it also is that you can take your wine glass and you can tuck it right in the folds, and you have a wine glass with your coaster. So at Christmas parties or whatever, people can walk around with their coaster on their glass. You don't have to worry about rings on the table. Alright, so let's get started. Move this out of the way. Okay. So, what we're going to start off with, it's really easy. You need 6 5x5 squares. You can use 6 different colors, different patterns, whichever you want to use. I've chosen 4 different patterns for the top. The top, you can see I can use the 4 different patterns. And then for the back, I chose to use a red for the back and the inside. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to cut your fabrics. You see these are 5x5 squares. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I went ahead and made 2 squares for the back and the inside of the same material. You can pick and choose whatever you want to do it. Alright? And then what you also need, you will need a 5x5 square of your batting. Okay? So we have 4 prints that are going to be used for the top. We have the batting that's going to be in between the top and the bottom, which is going to be the back and the inside. Let's get started. Alright, so first you're going to take your bottom material and you're going to put your right side facing down. So that's your right side facing down. Then you're going to take your batting and you will put your batting right on top, like so. Line it up. Okay, nice. Piece of cake. Then you're going to take your inside, which this is going to be your right side of the fabric facing out. So both right sides of the fabric, it could be facing out. And you can make a little sandwich. Alright. So now you see you've got a sandwich. Get it level, even. Now what we're going to do, we're going to set that aside for a minute. Now, you've got your 4 pieces of your different material. What you're going to do is you're going to take those over to the sewing machine. You take each one and you're going to press them just in half, just like that, to make a triangle. Okay, so you can see we have a triangle that we're going to press all 4 of those in. Now for time purposes, I went ahead and pressed mine, so we'll move these out of the way, and through the magic of video we have 4 pressed triangles of our different colors. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our sandwich we made with the batting, and I'm going to move it a little closer so you can see. Alright, we're going to take our point. You see the point right there? That point is going to go right on the square. Everything matches up, so the point on the square, point to point. That's our first one. Now I'm going to alternate colors. So I'm going to take our second one. So we had our first point there. Second point's going to go right there. So now you can see we have 2 colors. Alright. Now we're going to take our third one and we're going to do the same thing. You guessed it. 1, 2, 3. Third point goes right over that. Okay. Now we have 3 colors. Now your last one is a little tricky. Not really. So we had our first corner, our second corner, our third corner. Now we're going to do our fourth corner. Now with our fourth corner, you're going to notice that we've covered up the first triangle. So we're just going to lay that down. We can get it where we want it. And we're going to hold the triangle in the middle there. And we're going to fold that triangle back. And then our first triangle that we laid down, we're going to fold that one back. So we can lay this one underneath the first one. And you just flip it back. Now, what you have a nice 4 different patterns and a nice little square in the middle. Alright? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this over to the sewing machine and we're going to sew a 3/8 seam all the way around. Okay? No, you don't have to worry about leaving a gap. We're going to just sew it completely all the way around. So we're going to start here, sew all the way around. We're going to backstitch a little bit to reinforce it. Sew all the way around, come back to the other end, complete the square, and backstitch it off also, and it'll make one complete square. Okay, now that that's done, we've taken it to our sewing machine. Now we've gone and we've come back, and now you can see we have our sandwich all sewed up. All 4 sides are sewn, and it still looks pretty nice. Now what you're going to do is you're going to clip your corners so that when we turn this right side out, we'll have a nice, firm corner. Clip all 4 corners. Be sure not to trim your thread. Okay? Leave that seam intact. So now we're just going to take this and we're going to flip it. I'm going to turn it right side out. Okay? Get all 4 corners pushed in there. Okay? And then we're going to push our corners. See, we're going to push these corners straight out. All 4. Okay. That one's pretty good there already. And that one. Okay, so now you got all 4 corners pressed out. Then you just want to make sure you fold everything's nice and neat. Now what I usually do is I press these down to make them nice and sharp. And you've got a coaster. Your coaster is complete. That's all it is. No binding. It's all good. Nothing around the edges but your seams. And you have a completed coaster. Now, the other thing you can do, if you want, since we cut these all 5-inch squares, you can use 10-inch squares and you can make a bigger one. It could be a hot pad that you can use. You might want to take some extra batting and put it in, and then you can put warm dishes on it. I wouldn't put hot dishes on it, frying pans right off the stove. Put some warm dishes on your table to protect your table. So that's it. You have either a 5-inch squares, 6 5-inch squares, or you can do 6 of the 10-inch squares. And you can see the inside is the red material that was on the back and the inside. That's it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. This is a quick little video. We'll be back with some more crafts and some more sewing. Y'all have a great day, and please, if you're on YouTube, click that subscribe button and hit the like button and share the video. The more videos I get viewed, the more videos I can make. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time on Stitch with Rick.